Hey, thanks for slithering in. Today is my birthday, so we are in The Sims 4 because my boyfriend threw a house for me, and I'm gonna show it up on the screen here so you guys can kind of see it as we build it along. But it's also a very special day too because it is also my boyfriend's birthday. I know, kind of crazy that we have the same birthday, but it's a little fun fact that I like to throw out there all the time because I just think it is super neat to share a boyfriend. Oh no, share a birthday with my boyfriend because guess what? He can never forget my birthday. So the build is underway now, and there are a few key features that I do want to point out that he added to the build. One, he's got this like kind of overhang driveway kind of carport, I guess you can call it, which I thought was really neat. He has like a nice big window up in the front. The roofing is a little tricky, so we can kind of go over that a little bit later too. But there's also this fun little round tower kind of bumping out in the front. Like, this is actually such a fun build, I think. And it's very unique and probably something I probably would have never come up with myself. So we are trying to figure out this bump out now and how round and wide I want it to be. But ultimately, I think the shape, I'm surprised, came together pretty easily. What didn't come together easily is window placements and I don't know, color schemes for like wallpapers and things of that nature. So we do have to play around with that a little bit. He did take a lot of inspiration from our current living situation. Like, for example, kitty corner to that large giant window, we have a little small circular window. We have a very similar feature in the house we're in right now. So I thought this was a really fun touch. Same with this like archway over the front door, a very similar vibe to the house we are currently in as well. Yeah, hopefully all that makes sense. But I am going to yeet our little reference picture now and we can currently focus. The round bump out very much felt like spaceship vibes to me. It actually reminded me of a play place that I used to hang out at a lot as a kid. It was actually in a McDonald's, and they kind of had a round little area like that for you to go in and look out. And we always played like spaceship with it, so I thought that was super fun. Back here in the backyard, I am taking full creative liberty to just figure out what I wanted to look like, and I thought having a lot of balcony spaces would be fun. A good size yard would be awesome. So I think I ultimately really like how it turned out. I also did not limit my pack usage for this build only because I knew I was going to have a hard time with this unique shape. So I didn't want to stress myself out with also having a budget or limited packs or anything of that nature. We're going to start working on the floor plan here. I think I might keep most of it in if I remember, which is kind of a little surprising. I did play around a lot with the platforms in this build too. Ultimately, I got rid of the platforms on the inside and on the outside too. It just wasn't working for me very well. I don't know. For some reason, I came back to this build after some time away from it and I was like, I don't like this anymore. So I got rid of it. You know, that's what happens when you like chip away at builds over time and slowly but surely you figure things out. For example, you're about to see a jump in time here and maybe a change in reshade, GShade presets. I'm sorry about that. I also added lighting mods in between of build working on this build too because I actually got a new PC, which is super fun. That was a little birthday gift to myself. I was due for one. The other one was slowing down, and it was getting a little rough around the edges. So I am really happy with what I've got now. It's nothing too fancy because obviously I am on a budget, but we're making it work. So the game has been running actually really nice. It's actually kind of cool how fast it loads up. I was like, wow, that is awesome. Like, I'm already in the game the second I open it. Like, it's so good. But even with all my packs installed too, so kind of crazy, but really fun. But we are going to start on landscaping here. At this point, I think I removed all the platforms, and because I put the house on a foundation, I thought this like carport area needed some love, and by love I mean some terraforming. So we kind of play around with the landscaping tool, I think is what we call it in The Sims. I honestly can't keep track anymore, and you would think I would know, but the terraforming tool, I guess. I've been playing a lot of different games too, so it's really hard to keep track at this point, but whatever. So, we are getting some landscaping together. I am using these gorgeous hydrangea bushes from the Royalty and Legacy expansion pack, mixing it with some base game greenery, and I think those yellow flowers are from Romantic Garden stuff pack, if I am not mistaken. So, I just ultimately really liked it. This is when the build started kind of doing it for me. I will be completely honest. I took a long time away from this build. Like, I've been working on this one for months, and a lot of it was because I just wasn't inspired. I wasn't liking the direction it was going, and that's not because my boyfriend built an ugly house, because he didn't. I really wanted a challenge. I told him go all out, do something really cute and creative, and he did. He pulled through, but I just didn't feel like I was executing it very well. So when I came back, I was like, you know what always makes me feel better about a build? Landscaping. So once you start getting some greenery around and the details like this driveway with terrain paint, we have a sidewalk, fencing as well. I just think I was like, okay, here we have it. Especially this cute little detail I put out front with these flower boxes and a little bench. I was imagining like a bus stop, but that would kind of be kind of weird if people are sitting on your home bench to wait for a bus stop. But, you know, if it was like back in Sims 1, Sims 2 era when you're waiting for like the carpool or the school bus to come pick you up for school, like those cute little animations, I think that would be actually really adorable to have a little spot right out front of your house like this. Speaking of which, I need to get back into The Sims 2 and Sims 1. It's been so long and I keep thinking about it. So if you have any build suggestions, let me know down in the comments below. Adding some final details to the front yard now, like this cats and dogs fence on the porch. I thought that was kind of a nice added texture and difference in fencing to add out here. But now I'm going to work on this roofing because, to be honest, and no shade again to boyfriend, but I wasn't loving the roofing. But I really wanted to keep the roof line that he had because I thought it was just so interesting. It just didn't look right to me in game. So I'm playing around with it here with a couple of different pieces, and now I know that these two, I don't know, half gable roofs, I think is what you call it, they don't line up very well. But I was willing to kind of ignore that because already I liked the roof a lot better, and I was happy with this build finally at this point. So it just added, I don't know, it needed some more dimension. The roof kind of felt maybe a little flat, and it just made more sense too. And I was also worried about water and rain damage, even though we don't have to worry about that in the game. So to also help the roof, I add some more roof detailing up here. I think those are from Life and Death, and on the like round tower roofing, that piece is from Strangerville, I believe. But now, after we get some flower boxes, we will start heading over to the backyard. What other details do we get? I think I play around with shutters, and actually I think I do keep these ones. These came with Royalty and Legacy as well. So isn't it nice when you have a new pack and stuff and you can start doing things? I also add like these little other wall decor, like fake roof pieces over some windows that I also think added some detailing to the build as well. It really helps sometimes when you add details to things, especially when you're not loving it. Just keep kind of finicking with it a little bit. Eventually, you might land on something that changes your whole perspective, and all of these details out here is what did it for me. And now we are going to start on this backyard space a little bit. I thought one thing I did with the carport here is instead of closing it off, I kind of made it continue a little bit. And I thought this was also another really neat kind of idea here. I think this could be beneficial, even though we don't have cars in The Sims. You can imagine that if you have company over and they're all driving to your house, then you have more parking options around just in case there's no street parking. But in The Sims 4, there is always street parking, so we don't really have to worry about that. But you know what? We can pretend, right? We have imaginations. I believe in you. I believe in me. Anyway, we are going to copy the landscaping from the front into the back. That just helps with more cohesive feels and everything. If you have like too much stuff going on, it doesn't look kind of uniform and complete, but having the same landscaping throughout your build really helps with that. Anyway, we are framing with some bushes here, and in this backyard space, I think I just get a table with an umbrella, and then one of the toddler slide activities. Although I ended up not doing a toddler bedroom in this build, there are plenty of bedrooms and space to have a toddler, but I did two bedrooms, one with a double bed and one with like just a regular single bed that kind of decorated for a kid, preteen maybe. So at some point they were a toddler. I just wasn't feeling a toddler space when I was decorating the interior. So I decided not to do it, but I kept the toddler slide out there too. Maybe they have a cousin that comes over and plays with it, or maybe the sim just recently aged up into a child. Ultimately, too, you could just delete the bed I put and then put a toddler bed in there in the meantime if you need it, you know? So those are just some options. I just didn't feel like decorating that room for a toddler. On this back porch here, I end up getting a grill and I think a lounge seating. Nothing too exciting because you don't have too much space in here. And I just kind of did what I could back here. I wanted to get two lounge chairs, but I was like, you know what? We have the upstairs patio balcony kind of situation too, where we can add some more seating and outdoor space. So we have plenty of room to kind of experiment and figure things out. When we get into the interior, though, I had no input or say from boyfriend because that's where I feel like I shine. My boyfriend's really creative and I think he likes interior decorating, but I feel like he's more of the hands-on like nailing things to a wall or building a wall. He's done that before. And he's very good with more of the architectural and exterior types of elements where I like when everything's finished and then I can decorate and really have fun, you know? We make a good pair that way, I think. So I decided to decorate the interior as if we were maybe living here, which means we have a lot of like dark wood tones because I love a dark wood tone. I love it. But I'm also mixing and matching some light wood tones too because that's reality in life. I'm currently sitting in an office where the desktop here is like a light wood, but my monitor stands is a dark wood. So it's just what it is. It's gonna happen. Things aren't perfect. But here we are starting with the entryway where I get a coat rack, a little end table. I end up getting an armchair here. Maybe this is where you sit down to put your shoes on and all of that stuff. Or even wait for something or someone to show up. I don't know. I feel like oftentimes I'm waiting for something to happen too. And I'm like scrolling on my phone. So maybe you can do that here. I've got some clutter like magazines on this end table, some pictures. So not too near our entrance in real life. It's kind of in our living room on the way to the entrance. We have like these really big bookshelves that I absolutely love and we were so lucky to get for free. Oh, I love when you can get free furniture that just looks good, you know? So we got those, and on those we have pictures of our dog and cat who have both passed relatively recently. My cat earlier this year, our dog 2 years ago now. God, 2 years is crazy. But anyway, that was a long-winded way to say that the two pictures I put up on the entryway table was kind of homage to that in our kind of current decor situation. Of course, we get a cat tree by the stairs, which I think is necessary. So you're going to see a lot of pet items around because while we also lost our one dog and cat, we do still have a dog with us and a cat staying with us as well. So we still have lots of animals around the house, and that is where all of that is coming from. So you're going to see that sprinkled around is pretty much what I'm saying. So I use a lot of cats and dogs. My first pet stuff too comes out. I know, I'm sorry, but there are some really cute items that I really wanted to include in this build a little bit. So yeah, now we're starting to get some color though, because now I picked out this sofa and I really like this like navy deep blue, I guess. Maybe that's a good way to describe that blue. So I changed the color on the armchair in the entryway, and now we picked out a rug, we get a coffee table, we've got our TV, and we're getting lots of plants. There's more plants in this build than there are in my real life house, and that's just due to the nature of having pets. It's really hard to have plants around because this cat wants to eat everything, and I just can't do it. I have one like tall floor plant that is fake, and when she's hungry, she's trying to eat it, and I'm like, girl, that's plastic. You're crazy. Like, oh my god. So anyway, we are getting pillows on these couches and chairs. And by the way, I was so amazed. This sofa is a base game sofa. These two chairs come from the fairy pack, Enchanted by Nature. But those blues match. I was like, you're kidding. You're kidding. Because if you guys are familiar with The Sims 4, which I'm sure you are if you're watching this, things don't tend to match like that very well or very often. So I was really, actually kind of really impressed. I was like, okay, Sims team, I see you. I see you. This dining room now. This one gave me some trouble. I was like, I didn't want to keep using the same curtains, but then I was like, how does that make sense? Because now all of a sudden I'm using different curtains, and that's weird. This is like open concept. But I didn't want to close it off because I have the stairs right here and it's just a whole thing. So I'm trying to use some wall art. We have this, I think that's an eco lifestyle like storage stand decor item. Plus the pet feeding area. So I figured maybe this is a good way to kind of separate the area a little bit. And I think it worked. I really do. I ditched whatever table and chair combo I had because I just didn't like it, and I decided I think maybe something round would look better. So we pull out Jungle Adventure, and I love this table. I really do. I think I also end up getting the matching chairs in a little bit, I think. But first, we are going to get, here we are, my first pet stuff. We're getting their blinds because I like these size down. And I feel like this made sense. And to kind of add a cohesive nature to the windows, I got that same, like, curtain rod item thing. Is that what we're calling those things? Curtain rods? I don't know. But I did lie, though, because I didn't get the matching chairs for this table. Instead, I used the ones from Get Famous because I think the blue matches a little better. And now we're just going to work on the orientation of the table, but pretty much I think this ends up being it. I forget what I put under that other window, but I think I do. Oh, I put a dresser, ultimately. That's what I do, and some clutter. I do want to shout out the light that I put over this table. So, fun story. We are working on slowly renovating the house that we live in, and one of those was we were looking at some lights, and we're working first on like opening up the kitchen a little bit with like a little dining or like breakfast nook area. It's gonna be super cute. And he was like, I want one of these lights. Me? No. I don't want it. I want more of like a vintage like Tiffany stained glass lamp feature, because that's just my style and that's how I roll. But he would like one of these. So to make him happy for this one, that's what I did, because happy birthday. I guess that's his birthday present. No, I'm just kidding. I got him other stuff too. Anyway, moving on to the kitchen. This one's really tiny. It is a very tiny kitchen, very squish. And you guys know I love upper cabinets in my kitchen, and I was really trying to make it work. But we have like a lot of windows in here, so it was hard. And you also know I love windows, so I wasn't ready to give up these 4 windows for the life of me. So I end up getting some open shelving against one of the walls here. I get some clutter on top of the fridge. Like, look, I'm trying everything here at this point, and I was like, oh, fine, open shelving. I don't like open shelving in real life because dust. Dust would be crazy there. And if that's where you're keeping your dishes, you're going to be washing dishes a lot. I just personally couldn't imagine doing all of that. So, whatever. But this is The Sims. We don't have to worry about that. And that's where we're at here. We're going to figure out some tiling. I'm really leaning into Parenthood too for this build a lot. I've got a lot of their wallpapers and tiling and stuff going on, and even the countertops I use in this kitchen. Up against this wall, I decided to use this hutch from, I think that's Cottage Living. So because it's such a small kitchen, I thought it made sense to have another space for your dishes maybe and your fancy china. Although I do not have fancy china in real life, but you know, whatever. Yeah, but other than that, I think I get some stuff on the wall here just to bring in some more color. And we're going to clutter up the kitchen with my typical clutter, you know, paper towels, coffee maker. I think I get a microwave, some plants and things. I think all good things here. What I do want to point out too is the appliances I use here. I don't usually use black appliances in my builds. I usually prefer white or silver or something colorful. But today I used the black appliances because that's actually, fun fact, what we have in real life right now. Inherited with the house we're in. But you know, it's okay. We make work. We make it work. They're not too bad. It's not that I don't like them. I just, in The Sims, for some reason, I don't gravitate towards those items. But it was fun doing it here, and I think it just worked. So I've got the microwave down now and the coffee maker, and now I had to filter through my packs for Cool Kitchen Stuff Pack, for Home Chef Hustle, and I think I did Everyday Clutter or something of that nature, Garden to Table. Like, pretty much every kit and stuff pack that has some of my favorite items for cluttering kitchens up, I added here. We are at the point in the Sims 4 career where we have just so many packs and kits and things that I find myself always filtering. And I'm so glad we have the filter setting or system, because otherwise I feel like I would never find exactly what I'm looking for. So as long as I know what pack it comes from, usually I can figure it out. Sometimes it takes some time, especially when I forget what pack it's from, and I'm like, is it this one? Is it that one? And I'm just filtering. But eventually we find it. It's just a lot, you know, it's getting to be a lot. And I know I haven't talked about it much, but now there's this whole new marketplace thing happening. And I still, at the time of recording this, I don't know how I feel about it. I don't think I'm going to be participating. I don't know. It just feels weird to have in-game currency with The Sims 4 for me. And I've always not liked that in any other games, really. So it doesn't sit right now for me. And that's all I'm going to say about that for now. So feel free to comment down below your thoughts though too. I would love to have a discussion with you guys about all of that and hear your thoughts and opinions. So yeah, let me know. But the bathroom has pretty much been completed at this point. Sorry to talk over that so completely, but it was pretty simple bathroom and nothing too exciting there. What's really exciting is this upstairs here, because I didn't realize how weird this floor plan was. I put a bedroom where you can't get to a bedroom from the hallway with the stairs and stuff. You have to walk through one room to get to this room. So I decided this is going to be the pet room. I don't care. If I could, I would have a room for just my pets. So I wanted to include the litter box here, a lot of cozy seating, maybe some toys. I think, oh, actually, I think I put the toys on the balcony, but you know what? That's close enough. Even though I personally prefer when my pets are sleeping with me, next to me, or in the same room, it doesn't always happen because, okay, our dog, she will usually start on the bed with us for a little bit, and that's super nice, but she loves her space. She likes to stretch out and just doesn't like to get like kicked in the middle of the night, and I roll a lot around a lot, so I can see how she would hate that. So she usually moves into the living room where she has her own little bed, all fluffy and soft and comfy. Um, but then our cat, who passed earlier this year, used to always sleep in the bed with us. She didn't seem to mind that I rolled around a lot, and we miss that a lot. But the cat we currently have staying with us, she's not a cuddly cat yet. I'm working on it, but we do have a bed next to our bed for her. So she's usually in the room with us too, which is kind of really nice. But this room is coming along fairly quickly at this point. We've got a bookshelf. We've got, I can't remember if I picked up the hamster cage or the rat cage. It could be either or. And I was trying to figure out what else to put in here. And I was like, oh my God, I forgot we got birds with life and death. So I put a raven over here. Like literally animal central in this room. If you don't clean this often, this room is going to stink a lot. So thank God we don't have smell-o-vision in The Sims. Now on this backyard patio, that's where I have the dog toys or cat toys, whatever. It could be both, a mixture. And then we get like this nice little cozy bench seating. I think this would be so fun to have, especially like when you're trying to wake up in the morning. I've been trying to do this thing where I go outside and get fresh air and hopefully sunlight, unless I'm up really early before the sun even rises. But it's still really nice to go out and get some fresh air. And I feel like this would come in handy where I could just sit there and just be like, oh, okay, wake up, you know? So we got that. We've got a pet bed as well and a telescope and art easel just for some activities. I think I put a couple of garden pots up here too, but nothing too fancy. So now into this first bedroom. Usually when I get upstairs to builds, this is usually when I start really playing with color, which is kind of weird. I don't know. Maybe it's not weird. You guys will have to let me know if you think that's weird or not. But this is usually where I experiment. So I have this nice, pretty little blue wallpaper, and then I put these yellow curtains up, and I think those are from Seasons, if I'm not mistaken. And I was like, ooh, I like that combo. So I really leaned into the yellow in this room, the yellow and blues. Ultimately, I really like how it came out. On this end table, we have some book clutter, and I get some of these wall decals up from, I think that's from Royalty and Legacy, just to kind of add a little bit to this room. And the walls, a little bit, some texture. I don't know. I think I like it. Sometimes I'm not sold on it, though. It's still kind of hit or miss, but other than that, we get a dresser. We get this one from Cottage Living. I think we get 2 dressers in here total. One with a TV on it because we actually fall asleep with the TV on with some music from YouTube, like some lo-fi music and stuff. It's just, it helps. I don't know. It helps me. I like having noise, you know? So other than that, I think we get, oh, we get a record player. That's what we do under this window, because I was like, I need something, especially since I couldn't put like the same wall decals underneath the window without it looking weird. So we do that, and then I get this rug here from the Tea Time Solarium kit, which I think is really pretty. In this next bedroom here, we pretty much do the opposite, where I picked out this nice pretty little wallpaper that is yellow, words in sentences, let's go. All right, and then I use blue details in the furniture, and I actually use these curtains are from Adventure Awaits, and I forgot how much I really love these curtains. I don't know if they really match the vibe of the house as a whole, but I thought it looked kind of cool in here. I think I also changed the bed, or maybe the swatch of this bed, for a lighter blue covering, like bed sheets. So we'll see. you'll have to wait and, figure that out together with me. On this shelf here, I get the Cheshire Cat from the Wonderland Playroom kit. God, everything's such a mouthful these days, isn't it? And a pastel pop flower up there as well. And this is where I'm changing it to this swatch with the little llama from university. Don't ask me which school it's from because I won't be able to tell you. Foxbury, Brychester, I don't know. Don't ask. Over here we get a little desk area. I do end up getting a computer here too. I think the one from Pastel Pop, and the SpongeBob kit makes an appearance. I just felt like it worked in here to kind of bring in some more colors and kind of more of that childish feel with the decor and things. So I really liked it. What else comes in here? Some book clutter as well. And I don't know. If I had this room as a kid, I think I'd be pretty happy. I really like the locker bookshelves happening, but I think those could also be dressers, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe. That rug I just placed on had the perfect deep blue. I felt like to kind of bring some more of the darker blue tones from the curtains in. And that one is actually from Lovestruck, but it just looks so fluffy and would probably feel so soft on your feet in the morning. I just think that would be awesome, especially when it's cold, you know? Anyway, we pick out this base game dresser, try to bring out some of the gray from the lockers across the way, and I think this worked. And then I was like, should I try and fit a toddler bed in here? And I look at it and I'm like, no, I'm good. So instead I end up pulling out a dollhouse. I size it down a little bit, and I think we probably get some more greenery happening in here. Is it realistic for a child sim to have a plant? Maybe not, but it makes the room look better, so that's what we're going to do. The final room we work on is this one. I was trying to do like a duo setup here, but I was like, you know what? No, I don't think I'm going to make that work because it's such a weird bump out. But ultimately, if you can't tell, this is the office room. You could turn this into a bedroom at some point later if you choose to like play in this house for some reason. I don't know. That's an option. It is, though, the only way to get to the half bathroom that is upstairs here. It just has a toilet and a sink in it. Nothing too fancy. It looks just like the one downstairs. That's why it's not on camera. But here in this room, we use a lot of comfy gamer items and all that stuff because it just made sense. I don't know. I had fun with it. I can't really say too much more about that. But we also get, like, a sofa in here, too, and some bookshelves up along a wall, up in this like weird little, I don't know, bump out, bump in area, something like that. But we use that. Book Nook kit comes in handy here. So yeah, that has been my boyfriend's build that he drew for me. And I'm actually going to try and convince him to do the walkthrough with me. And maybe you guys can hear his thoughts a little bit. I haven't pitched this to him just yet. So I'm doing this voiceover, and hopefully I don't eat my words because then that's kind of embarrassing. But I don't plan on coming back to redo this or edit this part in particular. So hopefully he pulls through. I think he will. I have high hopes. So hopefully I'm not eating those words, but we'll see. And you'll see in just a quick second.
Started?
Yeah, you ready?
Let's go. Let's do it.
All right, guys, we are here in live mode. Say hello, boyfriend. Boyfriend's here.
Hi, everyone.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
A little tired, but good.
Good. All right. So I'm gonna show you the house in just a second. But did you want to share anything about your sketch or what you expect?
Yeah, about my sketch. Well, kind of limited with like my drawing skills, so I kind of drew what I thought was like a Victorian Gothic house. But yeah, I didn't really add too many details to it, so it'll be fun to see what you came up with.
Cool, awesome. Well, ready?
Ready.
We'll swing over, and here it is.
Ooh.
So I guess it's not very Gothic, but maybe it's a little Victorian.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay, I like it. I like that little like patio front yard thing. It looks nice.
This patio front yard?
Right, the little bench there, and then.
Oh yeah, I think that'd be good if you're waiting for the school bus.
Yeah, and you have the columns there, which I drew by the door too.
Yes, I made sure we kept the columns here. I kept this little window
Oh yeah, that one.
that you have. It's kind of hidden behind a tree, but it's there.
Yeah, that little window was inspired by our place because we have one like that. We have the big window and then that little circular window as
It's kind of
well.
cute.
So that was like where the inspiration for that came from.
And then we have our carport over here too that you threw, but I put a little glass roof on it. I wasn't sure if you had anything in mind for that.
Didn't
But I thought
definitely
it was a fun
not
feature.
not glass, but I like how it looks. It has a really cool look to it.
Good. We have the little round bit too. Yours I think had like one window, or it looks like one window, but that looks weird in the game, so I kind of had to
Yeah,
get creative there.
that's definitely interesting. Kind of, I don't know, like it reminds me of like a boat maybe.
A little bit. I can
Right,
see
like
that. Yeah.
yeah, something like
Yeah.
that.
One other thing I had to do a little different was the roofing too.
Okay, I noticed that.
Because it kind of looked funny. It still kind of looks funny because I can't get this pitch at the same height, but I think it also looks a little unique maybe.
I think your roof looks better than what I drew.
Oh, that's sweet.
No, but really it does. Mine was like, I don't know, really like simple. This has like a little bit more of a, I don't know, dimension to it.
The backyard, it's a pretty small backyard, but we do have a backyard here. The camera keeps jumping up, I'm sorry. We have two like little balcony areas.
Yeah.
I know you didn't draw the back, but I'm
Yeah, I
showing
did.
you anyway.
Yeah, so no, that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't even think I like envisioned the back at all in my head.
We're
So
good. That was where I came in to the picture.
yeah.
Awesome.
It looks good. I like the top like balcony.
I think it'd be
There,
cool to
looks-
chill.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Yeah. All right, you ready to go inside?
Yeah.
Let's go inside.
Let's do it. And if we're a little distracted, it's just that our roommate's cat is going crazy right now.
she's being a little troublemaker.
Yeah.
If you hear her, that's okay. But here's the interior. So this is the first floor. I used a lot of blue, but I thought it was fun. So we have our little entranceway here. We have a visitor too, apparently.
Okay, that looks nice. I like it. Simple but nice. I like the door.
The
with
door's
the
nice.
two,
I do like the door with the glass.
But the glass, like,
Yeah.
side.
I like that. It
windows,
helps bring
whatever
in
you call
some
them.
light. Yeah. Here's our living room. Got a couple bookshelves, plenty of seating.
Yeah, it looks nice. The bookshelves look like the ones that we have.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. And then a cat tree, because we need a cat tree. You
course.
need a cat tree.
Right.
Here's our dining room with all of the pet supplies. We got our bowls and treats and food and all
That
the
looks
good
like
stuff.
our dining room, kind of, right? With all the dog and cat stuff.
all of the above.
Yeah.
Here's the kitchen. It's pretty small, but I added a lot of clutter and detail to it. But we even have things on top of the fridge here, like cereal boxes, cans,
Yeah.
you know, the usual, and just other clutter pieces just around.
I like how it looks. It's small, but looks nice. Looks cozy.
Thank you.
And it's a bathroom.
Yeah, and here is the bathroom.
Oh, okay. It looks cool. The only thing I would have changed, like, if anything, is like where the door's positioned, because you have the fridge right there, and then you have the bathroom door.
It's not very practical, is it?
But it looks good.
Cool. Let's go upstairs. We have a little bit of a hallway. Nothing too much. We've got a closet here for extra storage, but that's not the exciting part, I guess. We have
okay,
the
that's not
round
interesting.
bit. Yeah.
Right.
Where it's definitely very interesting in here, I think. But I turned it into like an office gaming room kind of thingamajig.
Yeah, that looks like a really cool gaming room.
At least it's cozy.
Right, and then you get a lot of sunlight.
You definitely get a lot of
I would
sunlight.
love that.
That's very important.
Yeah, I know like some people like their rooms dark, but for me personally, I love having a lot of light.
We need it. And then we have like some bookshelves and a little cozy reading nook over
Oh, that's
there.
nice.
Right? Oop,
That might be my favorite part
so far.
so far.
So
Yeah.
far.
Yeah.
So far. There's still a lot to see.
It's a lot.
All right. Next to there, we have like a half bathroom. So
Okay.
it's just like the same
Convenient.
as
Nice.
down there. Yes, very convenient.
And that's
We have like a kid bedroom, teen bedroom, something of that nature.
okay.
Lots of yellows and blues in here. And you can see animals coming along
Right.
too. We got dog, cat, llama.
Llama.
Llama. And a little desk area and a
Oh, that looks like
dollhouse.
that looks like the roof you built.
That's really
Right?
funny. That kind of does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Hilarious. And then a dresser over there. Oh, and lockers.
Yeah, I just noticed that. I caught a glimpse of that. Like,
You can use them as a bookshelf.
that's a pretty
It's pretty
neat
much.
idea.
Yes. Isn't that cool? All right. In here, we've got Bob's watching TV, apparently. But this is, like, I guess the main bedroom. It's
Okay, it looks
cozy.
nice.
Pretty cozy. They have access to the balcony too, so you can come out here and you get this nice little view.
Yeah,
You can do a lot of people watching up here.
That's a really great view. And just like a quick comment, you said that guy's name's Bob.
Yes.
He kind of reminded me of Bad Bunny.
That's really funny. Does he really?
A little bit, no?
I guess maybe.
I don't know. A little bit.
A little. Maybe a little bit. He's definitely dressed more like
Right.
maybe something Bad Bunny might wear. Yeah. That's not his original
I don't know
clothing.
much about Bad Bunny either, but just,
Right.
like,
That's not his original clothing. That's an outfit I gave him with one of the new packs
okay,
recently.
I see.
So that's really funny.
But that room, going back to that room, it looks nice.
Thank you. All right. This
And
next room here.
Does it have a bath?
No.
Room? No.
So it's funny because when I
So
did the
that's-
floor plan, this room back here,
Was-
there was no access to it from the hallway. So
Oh, okay.
I didn't know what to do with it, but I didn't do a bathroom. So instead, I did like a pet room.
Ooh, that's better.
I thought so too. I really thought so. This guy's needs some attention here. Oh, there was a bird. I don't know where he went though, but he was on here. Yeah, we got like a little hamster in here.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, he's up here running around. The litter box for the kitty cats. We got this cute little couch here with the dog pillows.
That's actually really cool.
Isn't that cute? I kind of
Yeah.
want one. And then, yeah, I don't know where the bird went. I don't know how that works, but there's
no.
a bird on that perch. And then, yeah, just a mirror.
Okay, that looks great. And what are those? Bookshelf?
Oh, yeah, that's just, oh, the bird came back. Here it is. But yeah, that's just a bookshelf. But yeah, that's been the build. Hopefully I did it justice. Or hopefully you think I did it justice.
Yeah, I do. I think yours looks a lot better than what I
Well.
drew, and it's cool to see what you came up with based on what I drew.
Yeah, I thought that was a really fun little activity. So thanks, boyfriend, for joining.
Not a problem.
Happy
Anytime.
birthday.
Happy birthday
Happy
to you
birthday. Yay. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to my channel members. And I'll talk to you all in the next one.
as well. Bye. Bye.